Hello, and today we're working towards unlocking Proud Quests in Granblue Fantasy Relink. Proud Quests are, as of this video, the unraveling of the addictive meat of this game, and aside from quite a decent number of quests found in lower tiers, has the most sought-after farms currently available for those deep in their grind-bitten madness. Now, unless you're being carried, gaining access to Proud Mode is gated off by a souped-up version of the main game's final boss. That's the start, but don't worry, we got you. This video assumes you've beaten the main game, but is perfect for those who want some insight to what they can expect from Relink after that 15 to 20 hour single-player story. This will be in steps, so feel free to skip to the timestamp you feel is best for you. It's mostly keep in minds. Keep that in mind. All that out of the way, Lurch. If you enjoyed this video and like to see more stuff, please subscribe. And let me know what other Relink things you're interested in seeing me cover. Let's begin. Number 10. We're starting with maybe the second most important step on this list. While you can freely work your chosen party of 4 equally during the story portion, as soon as you hit the Relink arc, it's time to figure this one out. Relink has an eclectic cast of characters, and even if you don't care for characters like Narmaya, think of them as you would your main weapon in a game like Monster Hunter World. Each character has a unique gameplay variation and gimmick that can be expanded on to suit the player. I'm talking it's the difference between ranged rapid fire or a single big smack on the head with a scythe, hack and slash into burst enders,
try to dodge this!
or Attack on Titan DDR. There's a DPS loop for everyone, and at this point in time, 96% of Endgame equates to deleting different DPS checks as success, so you'll be constantly working towards getting your numbers into the extreme. But you can still feel that need for utility if you crave it. Want to support? Cagliostro can provide a unique party-wide DPS buff. You want a tank? No. But
Rough.
can ensure the party completely ignores the more absurd boss mechanics. Crowd control?
Get them, Ares! Devastation! I need your power!
If you want to do things like ease party HP management, there's a gearing option for that. I picked my main because she looks cool. I can also make them look like one of my favorite VTubers. And she plays like a Kingdom Hearts 2, which my brain adores. At this point in the game, focusing on even one character will be resource intensive. More on that next. Just pick a main. Number 9. So you've picked a main. It's time to really open them up.
Gang.
The obvious thing is, of course, both their offensive and defensive mastery trees. There's other scary things like overmastery and imbuing to add free power. But the breeziest and most necessary next step to getting those sweet numbers is do your character's fate episodes. They reward things like straight-up increases to your damage and health. But there's also sigil slots to unlock too. These mostly play out as a well-voiced wall of text. So, unless you're invested in that particular character's fate, you can glide through these stories pretty carefree. Number 8. The Ascension Awakening weapons become a forge option from the blacksmith upon unlocking extreme quests, and though not the end goal, you'll probably want at least your mains, unless again you're being carried. These come with various gates and material needs for each level up, but will see you through Proud Mode and the potential many hours it'll take to get your character's terminus weapon. Got very lucky with mine. It was the first one I got. Number 7. You might notice your numbers getting a bit consistent and hitting a wall. That's because with each character comes a variety of damage caps. Damage cap extension is very important to your enjoyment. I found success in just stacking 5 tier 5s for a start.
Eat that! Keep up! Oh yeah! One more! Keep up! One more! Show's over!
So, as you make your way up to, and hopefully through Versa, make sure you're adding those sigils. Number 6. There's a lot of mechanics on your screen even before your big Versa rank up quest. We will likely never be that 2% that can just do the thing. So out of consideration for yourself, and your teammates. Make sure you bring both Guts and Auto Revive. The level of these traits don't matter, but will help stave off that game over screen. Potion Hoarder can also help, but isn't as essential. Bonus tip: you can mash button to revive substantially faster by yourself. Bonus tip: ignore a surprising amount of damage with use of the guard button. Number 5. You won't be cheesing these fights just yet, where you can ignore information like this, but you can destroy, if not completely skip things like an enemy's overdrive phase by throwing up some Skybound Arts. Just make sure if you try to use them for this purpose, the enemy is red and not gold, or it won't work. Another great time to use them is just after an enemy's break state expires. Number 4. You'll get a bunch of bees to exchange with Sierra. While you can kinda spend them as you need, there are several easy farms for those fortitude crystals you keep going for. And what if, instead, you drop them all on exceptional Refinium? It's one of those materials you won't realize you need until you do. Number 3. Lyria's journal contains an in-game trophy list. Not only can you wear them like a title that defines your unique flair and flavor, you can also claim free materials from unlocked trophies. And sometimes those materials will be the thing to get your loadout to where it needs to be at that moment. Number 2. This quest is a check to see if you or your teammates are ready for Endgame, and a step up from what you faced so far. But with these tips you've zealously followed up until this point, you'll have no trouble at all. Think of this fight like the jump rope segment of Magliel, but it's an entire fight. Right at the bat, you can easily jump a shockwave. The main tell for when this shockwave is coming is whenever Bahamut emerges from the bottom of the arena. The first overdrive mechanic will be Alter Ego in Sansis. Various circles will spawn below you and explode soon after, all while multiple domes will swish their way outwards from the center of the arena in 2 waves. Just be moving, and don't hesitate to run past them. Bahamut will then spray orbs everywhere. Will also be open to attack, so try to weave your way to the hitbox and get a little extra fill into your Skybound Art. The next overdrive mechanic to look out for is Hell's Flare. You can jump over the walls of flame and even jump into a dodge to extend if you need to do so. Bahamut will linger for a while, summoning more explosions, before ascending and rushing the arena in girthy lines, while those ouch circles continue to pursue your position. Please don't hesitate to block things like this if you need. After a little more linger, Bahamut will then go to the edge of the arena and start breathing all over the place. A bit more relaxed than what you've faced so far, but still, you will die. Next is the most important part. Reason's Transcendence is a DPS check, and unless your team can punch through it reliably, save your Skybound Art burst for this moment. If you've made it beyond here, victory is in sight. Bahamut will now throw up the spicy parts of their overdrive mechanics back to back. Other than that, the only new thing is mechanics you've already dealt with, but a bit more explodey and swishy. The final DPS check is Light of the Apocalypse, which aside from exploding circles everywhere, is dealt with pretty much the same way you dealt with Reason's Transcendence. That's it! You've opened up the final set of quests, which consist of even spicier dragons, pure chaos, double dragons, very purple primal beasts, the 3 best fights currently in the game, and your terminus weapon farm, which you'll be doing a lot. Take it all in. This is your life now. Number 1. There are certain luxuries I'd have a lot sooner if I didn't so freely spend that silver centrum. Trading for it is just as punishing as grinding for it, so just hoard it for your main for now, okay? I know Rosetta is looking cool with the zone control.
Stay with me.
And I know Vasaraga is voiced by an actual legend.
Teamwork makes the dream
Thanks,
work.
Vern.
But you got your cat, you got your terminus, you get your P3 reloaded. Well, did you enjoy that info dump? I'm really loving Granblue, and I'm getting really close to optimizing my main's gear. More see Granblue, more see stuff. Subscribe to channel, or follow me on Twitch, where we're doing a bunch of RPGs at the moment because all my games are coming out at once. Thank you to the official dads over at Patreon that made this way easier. Bye.